Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Penguins from DisneyNature. This is a 2019 film. It's an hour and 16 minutes long, and it's a documentary about penguins. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's by the same crew that made bears and chimpanzees, the little documentary films that focused on each of those animals, respectively, of course. This one it's beautifully shot. It's just gorgeous. This is a bit more of a different locale than what they've had to deal with before. It's the Arctic, the Antarctic. It's the Antarctic. Yeah, it's Antarctic. It is. It's beyond cold, and it's not your normal dry. Well, the penguin lives so many years, and then they go and they mate, and then they walk and they swim. And it's not that. It is actually they sort of create a character out of the footage that they shoot. Thank God they don't animate his mouth, which I just hate. If you've seen my other videos that have talking babies or talking animals with their digitally moving mouths, ugh, I do not look forward to the Air Bud era of Disney Plus, which I think they do that. I don't know. I can't remember. I think Beverly Hills Chihuahua is also on Disney Plus now too, and I think that happens there. That's going to be horrible to get through. Anyway, this film introduces you to Steve. Steve is the penguin they're focusing on, and it might be more than one penguin that they shot. I don't know, but more than likely they focused right on him. They seem to, from looking at the end credits, and you definitely want to stay around for the end credits because they show a lot of behind-the-scenes footage and of the crew itself working and the environment they had to deal with, and and they, yeah, you just see them. They're really up close with these guys, with these penguins. It's pretty astounding, and they just for the most part ignore the people, or they're a little bit too curious at times, but either way they kind of hit their marks and they do what they need to do. I am sure the people shooting this do not agree that who shot this, they do not agree that that was as easy as it sounds or as easy as it looks, but yes, it was definitely it it was a different kind of adventure to shoot these animals, to shoot Steve in his environment. And you follow Steve as he travels across the vast wastelands and of the frozen wastelands, and to build a nest, meet a mate, raise some kids, and fight off all sorts of predators, from killer whales to sea lions to birds that just hover above their chicks waiting for the smallest ones to step out of line and become vulnerable. And you just hover and dive and grab. It's either the eggs or the baby fuzzy birds themselves. What makes this fun, what makes this endearing, it's the voice of Ed Helms is our narrator. At times he is the one who's explaining what Steve's going through, and other times he's actually giving a voice to Steve, playing up what we would perceive as his insecurities in finding a mate or building a nest or anything that he has to deal with. So every once in a while you hear, for a lot of it, I should say, once in a while, for a majority of it, Ed Helms, which you might know from The Office. He's God, I can't remember his name. Anyway, you know who Ed Helms is. Look it up. But he was on The Office. That's one of his more notable roles. He was also in The Hangover. So, but yeah, he provides the voice, and he makes Steve a very empathetic character that you root for. He's the underdog, and again, it's all how it's edited. It's really taking a lot of footage of penguins up close and seeing how they live, seeing how they die, seeing, yes, there is some death, but none of it's brutal or bloody or gruesome. It's something that all the kids can enjoy, but it is still something that you don't necessarily want to hide away from them. It's a dangerous world out there. There's not supposed to be people in this area, in this part of the world. It really shouldn't be, and this is how they live, how these birds live, and that's just the way it is. So yeah, it makes it funny. It makes it cute. Along with Ed Helms, what makes it also kind of endearing is The rock songs, the pop songs that they throw in here. They get Patti LaBelle start off the thing. They have REO Speedwagon doing I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore during his mating sequence. Nothing graphic, but it's the head bobbing that he and his mate. They're Adelie penguins, by the way. Adelie penguins. They're smaller than the emperors, and they're just But yeah, they're kind of the penguins that we recognize the most, I think. Um, so yeah, Artist Speedwagon, and at the very end they finish off with White Snake. Here I Go Again, to pretty much drive home the point that as Circle of Life, as everything that Steve does in the course of a year or more, well, he's got to do it again and again. And he's not the only one. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of penguins who do this every year. So it's a you get to see what the life is like in this. So it's it's an engaging way of probably sharing something educational. I know that kind of sounds dorky, but sharing something educational with kids that they'll find funny, they'll find cute, and penguins are cute. But yeah, it's it's not your normal documentary. By the way, this came out on like Earth Day in 2019. I think they bring one out every year. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But if you like the behind the scenes stuff, there's a thing called Life on the Edge. Penguins, making of penguins. We actually watched that. It came up in our search, our selection back in June, I think. And we've already talked about that. If you want to hear what I have to say about that, who knows if I'm at all coherent or understandable. Who knows? Anyway, check that out, because if you love the behind the scenes stuff at the very end, they go into a whole lot more detail in the documentary beyond the documentary, and it's funny, it's farty, their gear is covered in so much penguin poop, and the sea lions are just, thank God this Disney Plus is not created smell-o-vision yet, implemented it yet, because good grief, I'm sure that'd be awful. But anyway, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It's fun, and I like to hear Ed Helms whenever you get a chance. He's a funny guy. So here we go. We're going to pick tomorrow's episode.
403.
Okay. What do we got? 403. Not too far to scroll. Oh, okay. Well, we got another documentary. Hey, I don't choose these things. We missed a boatload of Pluto shorts. There's a long list of them, but a bunch of Pluto shorts. But we got number 403, which is Pompeii: Secrets of the Dead. So the city that got buried under a volcano and volcanic. I guess they're gonna excavate that in a sense through a documentary or a series. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a documentary. So Pompeii: Secrets of the Dead on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.